Aqaba. But it's just desert all the way. An unmade road. Temperature outside is probably about 25 degrees rising. There's a wild camel over there, and we've passed several on the way in. No, I don't suppose we will see it. In the distance. We're back on the sand track. There are some more camels and nomads. There's the real Bedouins. New bags on. We've been coming down off the plain, dropping down to Nueva, down a long gorge. Nueva's about 10 miles away. ferry. Look at these things. Smashed out bus. Checkpoint. Nueva boat ferry terminal. I think we're the only Brits around. And we've got to wait here for a couple of hours. We're on a modern ship going from Nueva to Aqaba. It's Red Ship Sea. So it's still a lovely day. We've been hanging around indoors for over 3 hours. Then transported by coach onto the bus. It's a modern hydrofoil. But we're not allowed out on the deck.
There isn't a deck, I don't think.
There's no deck, is there?
على جميع انواع العطور الفرنسيه العطريه ومن اشهر الماركات العالميه بالاضافه الى الاجهزه الكهربائيه المتنوعه السيارات الليثميه المستورده في النسبه المحدده للطاقه الحره وكذلك ساعات اليد واطقم ساعات اليد اليابانيه والتونسيه الاصليه. هذا سوق الحفاظ راح تستخدم كافه الطاقه الفرنسيه حتى نحمي المراحل. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. Our precious name is your wish of pleasant time. We shall continue with the experience. Serving you all kinds of drinks, moderated soft drink, also crispy chocolate, also beef burger, sandwich. Also, anyone who likes to change any currency for the Jordanian money, there is a bank in the cafeteria second class. You can change any currency for the Jordanian money. Also, the duty free in the art section, the duty free is closed now. And ready to serve our passenger from their fuel, kids, watches, and thank you.
Now in Aqaba, we've come over on the ferry. Temperature of probably about 26 or 7. Time is now 20 past. And we're looking across the Gulf of Aqaba to Egypt on the other side. This is Peter having our first lesson on how to send a text message.
I don't think I would have, but I just think that very quickly my friend to buy when we were buying some bread, some amazing bread. Obviously,
We're staying in a hotel on the seafront here.
made of stone, big pole carved out of those farms, and the way they made the bread, the hot bread, was they would just
Do we need to say who we are? We don't say love, mum and darling, do we?
and then it was, they let them
No, you don't just use. We're looking over towards the Israel.
Border. That hasn't happened yet, or it's postponed because the trouble that started in the area. Yeah. Also, they were thinking of making a big airport for the cities. Yeah. So there is an airport for Aqaba, there's an airport to Eilat, and they want to make big ones, so people they can fly one plane and go to different cities or different countries. The other thing that they were
Aqaba's a duty-free area.
to do is to dig a water channel from the Red Sea to the Dead Sea. They call it the Red Dead Sea Channel, yeah? Which means that the water flow from zero level to about 400 below sea level. Which means that they can use the water for hydraulic system to generate electricity, to desalinate water, and of course to create jobs and so on. And also it helps the Dead Sea to get full water because most of the fresh water which used to go to the Dead Sea now diverted to use other use, agriculture use and drinking and so on. So not much water going down to the Dead Sea. To build the railway.
This is the railway completed by the Turks in 1908, which was one of the supply lines attacked by Lawrence.
Yeah, so after the defeat of the Turkish and the Ottoman Empire collapsed, so the new situation emerged in the area where the victorious in the First World War, the French and the British, they controlled this area and divided between their under their influence, like the British ruled Jordan, Palestine, and Iraq, while the British managed Syria and Lebanon. And then different ideas emerged. Emerged an idea of the what we call Arab nationalism, or al-Ba'ath as they call it, the recreation of the Arab nation. That idea, based on that all the Arab countries that Arab people who speak Arabic should be under one flag. Yeah? But that was difficult to achieve at that time. So some leaders tried to make the best of it. One of them is Prince Abdullah at that time, the son of Sharif Hussein, who started the Arab Revolution. So Prince Abdullah agreed with the British to form a new country. They call it East Emirate of Jordan. That's what Jordan is. An area of about 90,000 square kilometers. About 80% of it desert, as you can see. So to the east of this line, yeah, mostly desert. And as you can see, most of the population concentrated in the northwest of the country, where the mountains and the water and the food and so on. Yeah. So they agreed with the British to establish a country in 1921. Yeah? And later on they managed to form a country. And the British mandated Jordan until 1946. 1946, Jordan became independent and changed its name from East Emirate of Jordan to Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. different things, yeah. Some people, and his son Talal supposed to take over, but his son was a bit ill. That's why the power passed to his son, the son of King Talal, King Hussein. So King Hussein, he demanded to create the new modern Jordan. So in about 50 years really, or less than that, Jordan emerged from almost nothing, desert, to really a modern country with facilities and services much better than many other countries in the area. That's inside and outside Jordan.
It's a good arrangement.
One of them was there, was shaking.
We're coming towards the Wadi Rum, and behind us is the visitor centre.
Yeah. So the spring water, of course, means a lot, you know, especially in the past when people used to travel through the desert in caravans. So they need to know where is water, where, you know, the spots where they can find water, and would be a big issue that there's water, they sit and they relax and they, you know, maybe
Lawrence Spring.
Yeah? And so some of them, it seems, they go up there, and some of them relax down here. So one of these people who knew how to write, yeah, starts crashing their names on rocks. So over there, we see some inscription goes back to the 2nd century BC, almost 2,000 and so many years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the yes, it's what called Samudic inscription. We go have a look at it.
Lawrence Spring, and there's the Bedouin tents are in the distance, and you can see the water ahead in this wall.
Everything is influenced by the Greek. So you can see, especially theta, like letters and some Greek letters, which is normal at that time because the Greek were around the area in about 333 BC. Yeah. So after 100 years, they must have some common things to between the two languages. These are names, but it doesn't indicate to us Yeah, it gives us an idea about their language, yeah, their thought and so on. While here is just names, other inscriptions they found kind of basic or primitive kind of artwork, folk art, yeah. So they just picturing what they see around them, like camels or donkeys or snake or whatever, yeah. When we go to the other place over there, yeah, we see more deeper carving, for their god and goddess and their religious figure, a little bit deeper ones, yeah. So these people who are Semitic people, they are known in the Arab history and they mentioned in the Muslim holy book, the Quran, as they were traders, yeah. They mention them along two other people called them Samud, Ad and Aram, yeah. And Samud, and they were like three kind of tribes who used to wander this land, and they used to live most probably in southern Arabia, and they used to have good caravans, good agricultural land, and then they get rich. According to the religious story, yeah, that
These are wild fig trees.
if somebody traveling in the summer and the sun until 5 o'clock will be just here, yeah. So it would be yes a bit of relief that we can find some trees to sit under and relax. And then they find a gorge, which is lovely just to sit, especially when it's hot, just to sit and have a relaxing time. Yeah, so it seems that when they go inside, they start carving their god and goddess and these figures that they care about. Yeah. So we'll have a look at them. These mountains, they think it's about 350 million years old. Yeah. Originally it used to be granite, and with lots of water, yeah, and the granite dissolved to its components, which its crystal, which makes the kind of stone. Yeah. And there is a theory saying that water long time ago. Yeah? So that's why you see the shape like trees. And later on, the shape that you see, of course, goes by the water and by the wind. Yeah. So they certain point that it's strange to see like a face. Yeah. See the face over there, the eye and the nose and the crown on top of it.
Yeah.
So, we have a look at the gorge. Yes, because it doesn't make sense to bring a ladder and do it over there because they can, they do it anywhere else. They don't need to take the trouble for that. Yeah. So if you, this gorge goes for about another 50 meters, yeah, and it will be a bit steep, yeah. So the water comes down from the mountain and stuck here in the train, yeah, which is a good news for the caravan as well. They can give their camels some water to keep on going.
So what's the pipe doing? Bringing more water?
It seems there to bring the water from the top, yeah. To use it for whatever they're doing now. Yeah. I could walk for a little bit if you like, yeah. But because of the water, unless you like to swim.
Yes, it might.
This is the Ashir. I don't know if it has a name in English.
I like the piece of it.
Peter, up you go. I've got her face in the...
Oh, that's a great shot.
Oh, hi, Peter. Looking for the flowers. Perfect running order. That's the end of Wadi Rum, and we're now on our way towards Petra. These lorries are on their way to Iraq, and this is the King's Highway. It's particularly busy.
اقسم بالله جاي حافي ترى جاي حافي كل هالعيب والدنيا وهالطاعة جاي حافي.
We've gone over a range, haven't we?
600 feet up, and these are almond trees. There are also some apple trees and some fir trees. Quarter to 5. We're about 10 miles from Wadi Musa, and, which is near Petra. And the land is particularly barren on this plateau. It's about 5,000 feet up. It's a bit of clumsy driving there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, exactly. Go
Wadi Musa.
Yes, much better.
in the Sela Hotel overlooking Petra, which is ahead of us.
Are you moving again?
Petra was lost in the world. They thought that it went underwater or covered with wind sand, but none of that was true. It was exactly like what it is now. When Braddock, the young Anglo-Swiss explorer, came and visited this parts of the world in 1812. Before that, it was completely neglected, forgotten, especially at the time of the Ottomans, from 1515 up to 1919. So for 400 years, only Bedouin tribes knew about the place. They kept it secret. You may wonder why. Because they kept using it as a fortress to defend themselves. There was some kind of tribal phrase in those days. Secondly, they kept using it as a place to shelter in winter time. And what they thought about, they thought that if foreign people would know about this place, they will come either way to occupy the place, drive them out, or to effect, or actually to impact their culture. That's why they kept it secret. But it wasn't secret anymore after Braddock in 1812. So when he came to visit this place, he first arrived to Damascus. He started his job as an archaeologist for a British society. They sent him first to Egypt, after that to Damascus. From Damascus, he decided to make a journey through what we call the Jordan Valley today. In some part of what used to be called Great Syria in those days, which consisted of Lebanon, Syria, Palestine, and Jordan today, in some parts of that area, he was not accepted as a foreign person. So in order to avoid suspicion into the local people's eyes, he pretended to have made a vow. But he found out that most of the people in what we call South Jordan today, they have a special occasion. They do a special visit once or twice a year. They climb up to Mount Aaron, the place where Aaron's brother was supposed to be buried. The only way to get up to that mountain is the way we came in those days. So he took a guide, and most of the tribes in those days sent a guard after him. You may wonder why a guard in those days to go with Braddock. The main purpose of that actually is to take care of Braddock from locals. That's number one. Number two is actually not to allow Braddock to enter into any of the monuments here. But he was smart. He was able to persuade. But although this place is pretty biblical, Quranic site, it's already been mentioned in both. For those who want to read about it in the Bible, you may read Isaiah 61. Petra's name that is mentioned under Sela, S-E-L-A, in these books. In the Quran, you may read chapter or surah as we call, number 18, verse 9. The name of Petra there is Rekimo, which means something created or something carved out of stone. Very much identified with what we have as monuments in Petra. Many others, which call it the city of the dead, because there's all that you can count, various places all over Petra. You may wonder then where the people lived, actually. They lived mostly outside. Some suburbs, and, they would live outside the main body. The Rose Red City is going to be given to it by an Englishman because he enjoyed the changes of Petra's colors at the time sunset and sunrise. And some of you visited Petra today, I'm sure that you noticed the changes of Petra's colors according to the daylight. So this is all what I'd like to talk to you about. Again, I would say it would take hours and hours, and we're not. The story is one
No, nothing at all.
You didn't get anything? No. I've got a very dim.
Yeah, they've got the light and they're shining it.
This is the canyon.
How bright the sky. Quite black. The moon behind there, which
Right. See this wall, it's a burial place where he was.
oh, that's
It's bad, isn't it? I've actually seen it.
better than the one I
I must have kept myself
There are
very
lots of
still.
tombs in there.
I've got a few. That was
Oh,
the
yeah,
one
I know
that
this.
changed.
Delete it, please.
Is that it here?
That's this now recording of the coast.
Oh, and it's last one.
Sunrise over Petra. View from our hotel window.
Kind of other things like houses, because tombs are meant to last for a long time till the afterlife, while houses, yeah, they need this house to just live their life, and they want it fast. But the tombs, they can, spend the whole life, they don't need it until they die. So they have time to do it, and they've done it to last forever. That's why, they carved it inside the mountains, and lasted until now. While the houses were built from normal stones, which meant that by the earthquake and other elements just collapsed and gone, So we're talking about the Nabatean or Nabatean, who done this work. They came around in about 6th century BC, in the time of Babylon, when they swept this area. It seemed they were a bit harassed, at the trade route. They used to be like nomadic, and they used to attack caravans or rob caravans. And it seemed the Babylon strengthened their security and their trade routes. That's why they forced to move around and to find other place, So they came to Petra. Maybe they thought, well, it's a bit secure, And they stayed here. And it's not until 2nd century BC then we hear that they have a king called Aretas I. So we don't know if he was the first king or simply we don't know about the others. But we know that in the 169 BC there's a king called Aretas I, an Nabatean king. So they changed their life and they became more settled, civilized, and start dealing with caravans and trading with them, and they provide them with food and water. So as you can see how they make this these lands like terraces. This is the old system. So they make the land like terraces. They plant it and they give people the caravan food and also they have water available from the springs and so on. So it was very spot on the way for caravans. That's why this area became very important caravan hub. So they get rich and they became big kingdom. Their kingdom extended one day from Saudi Arabia until Damascus. So most of what we're going to see, it's their work really, with a bit of touches from other people as well. Tomb. They started but they never finished it. But the steps, as you can see in the other one over there, it's supposed to be the top, which means that they start coming from top down downwards. So that's the way that they understand how they, the method that they use, yeah? Yeah. Yeah. You can see the rock over there, the big rock above the cave.
Yeah.
You can see the writing, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, these writing in Nabatean and Greek language, yeah? So they use the two languages still, and it's talking about a man who died and buried just behind the rock, yeah? So they used to have like a headstone, you know, yeah? Some of them still there. Obviously, here influenced by the Egyptians, yeah? Yeah. So they have
obelisk tomb.
a statue in the middle of them. They presume there are 5 people buried up there, yeah, in the tomb up there. While the upper part of the tomb, the lower part was called Precinium, which is a banqueting hall or like a religious gathering hall, yeah? So this one is from the 1st century AD, and it's like the biggest one outside the peak, yeah? Yeah, it goes through this Wadi Musa. And the natural course for the water was through the peak, yeah? So the people who lived in Betra 2,000 years ago or so, they don't want the water to go down. So what they did, they built a dam here to stop the water going down. So the original dam actually destroyed and forgotten about for a long time, not until 1964, when a French group wants to go inside Betra while it's going to rain, and they couldn't understand what does it mean flash flood here. Very strong current comes down from the mountains, very with high velocity and gain momentum as it's going. So it was dangerous, but they thought people think little water is, flash flood. Yeah. So anyway, they went inside, and 23 of them actually caught in the middle and killed by the flash flood. Yeah.
In 64, did you say?
Yeah, in 1964. So the authority remembered to rebuild the dam again. So they rebuilt this dam. This area was all rubbish, yeah? They had probably to block it and use it for that, yeah? So this water comes from the spring of the mountain all the way to the city, yeah? Later on we see another water channel on the other side, yeah? So there are 2 water channels to the sea. The Romans occupied the site in 106 AD, and they built an arch here, yeah? See what remained of the arch over there?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. But this arch fell down about 100 years ago. The artist, David Robert, who came around and painted most of the archaeological site, yeah? So he painted this, yeah? So he has a, like a paint in his collection for this arch, yeah? Looks very beautiful. Yeah.
This is the old Roman road. That's again a water channel which was lined with pot.
Must be one of the goddess, but they do it in a very beautiful way, these triangles and columns and so there is lots of things to do. Maybe there is one they tried to do something over there, but it didn't work. So not everything that they started they can finish. Yeah. This is like a lady, yeah, with 2 horses, yeah. Can you see it? Yeah. Sorry, 2 lions. You see the lions here? So she's controlling the lions. She was meant to be regarded to hunt or animals or something like that. Here, this inscription gives us the name, the person who done this work. His name is Sebastian, son of Alexander, yeah? And he is supposed to be a high priest living in Dera in Syria near the Jordanian border. So he came here in a special festival and done this work. They think this is what's called the Shara. The Shara is the god of Petra and the god of wine. Yeah? So the field is the Shara. But the Shara represents in many different ways. Sometimes like this, sometimes like a place, sometimes just normal place. Yeah? So also focus different god and goddess they have here. These are religious sort of things, but no, it's not only religious things that they carve. Sometimes they carve things for the beauty of it, or what they think, or what they see around them. So a little bit down, we're going to see fantastic kind of carving. Caravan going
Big
down
man
Petra.
on the feet of the camel, and above it, the body of a camel. And it's to represent a caravan. Yeah. With the water channel in behind.
Yeah, we have this caravan going down, but we see others maybe coming up.
And there are others as we go down.
All right, so if you come around a little bit, you can give an idea about it.